In 1854, Major Perimulski founded the fort called Verny at the foot of colorful mountains. In the course of time, the fortress town has turned into a large city, and now Almaty is a metropolis, the largest commercial, financial, cultural, and educational center of Kazakhstan, surrounded by a variety of natural and climatic zones, steppes and deserts, lakes and rivers, canyons and mountains, beckoning tourists to explore them. It would be necessary to take advantage of a helicopter to see the splendid environments of Almaty in just one day. From the south, the city is surrounded by a mountain range. The first European travelers saw the most northern ridge of the Tian Range from behind the Ili River and called the mountains Zaylisky Alatau, meaning colorful mountains beyond the Ili River. Little Almaty Gorge is located above the famous skating rink Medeu. In winter, the ski-based Chimbalak is the most popular place with tourists. Modern ski lifts carry skiers to the Talgar Pass, revealing a magnificent view of the mountaintops. And then, from the height of 3,300 meters above sea level, one may ski down for about 3.5 kilometers. There are both large and small ski bases in the Zaylisky Alatau. In our mountains, it is even possible to ski all year round. Extreme skiing is very popular here. In summer, people take great pleasure in skiing from the snow-white top of Karlitau Peak near Chimbalak. As you walk up from the comfortable hotels of the ski resort, the road will bring you to the alpine base Tuyuksu, where in winter and summer, mountaineers spend the night before ascending. In the evenings, you can find those who have come to have a rest and take in the air, sitting before the fireplace in a cozy bar. We fly the left Talgar Gorge, its bottom crossed by a river of the same name. The gorge is very woody in the lower parts. The Tian bear can be found here, but more often, tourists carrying heavy backpacks hiking along the path. There are many mountain hiking routes in the Zaylisky Alatau, from the very easy to the very difficult, including those leading to the shores of Issyk. The highest peak of the ridge, Talgar Peak, at 4,978 meters, can be seen from anywhere in the city. It is located on the territory of the national park.
Fashina?
Yes!
I thought it was Peak Talgar.
Yes!
Having descended along a beautiful gorge eastward from the peak, you will find yourself at the shore of the mountain lake Issyk, where festivals of tourist songs, along with rock climbers competitions, are held. Before the dissolution of the Soviet Union, the most skillful rock climbers in the country competed in climbing the very difficult routes of a 200-meter bastion. Today, mounted park rangers guard the territory of the Alatau National Park to preserve the unique beauty for our descendants. Horses always were the best friends of the Kazakh nomads who pastured sheep on Jailao, summer pastures in the mountains where grass remains green for a long time. Horse riding is rather popular in Zaylisky Alatau, and the National Equestrian Games attract a huge number of spectators on the foothill plains. The Almarasan Gorge is also located close to the city. A lot of cafes and restaurants are built on its lower parts, but as you go higher up the mountains, you will meet fewer people on the road. On the higher ground there is the pure and limpid Big Almatinsky Lake, and Prohodnoy Pass is located in the neighboring gorge. Legend has it that Tamerlane led his army through this very pass, having left ill and wounded soldiers by the Almarasan mineral springs to help them recover from their wounds. Today, water cure treatment centers are still functioning there. The crest of Zailisky Alatau Ridge straddles the border of Kazakhstan and Kyrgyzstan. The most popular hiking route to Issyk-Kul Lake goes through Ozerny Pass. The Kyrgyz have built a road through the mountains, which was immediately tried out by fans of Auto Extreme. Though for such amusements there are many suitable places around Almaty. Rallies and jeep rides can be arranged. To do this, they sometimes need to get rid of taluses and clear the road by hand. It takes young people just one day to ride a bike to Issyk-Kul Lake for a nice swim in the waters. Bikers have taken a fancy to the treks of Zailisky Alatau for a long time. Mountain bikes are very popular with professional bicyclists and amateurs. They discover more and more new routes for downhill and cross-country rides. The foothills of Alatau belong to the hang gliders and paragliders. They fly up, soar over the hills, and get a bird's eye view of the world. But only climbers can rise higher than birds, and the highest mountain of the Republic is high enough. The stunning Han Tengri towers above the central Tian Shan at a height of 7,010 meters. It is located on the ridge of Tengri-Tak, dividing Kazakhstan from Kyrgyzstan. From the south, the mountain has an amazingly regular pyramidal shape. To the north, towards Kazakhstan, it drops steeply, turning a fabulous red in the rays of the setting sun. For a long time, Han Tengri was considered to be the tallest peak in the Tian Shan, but the gigantic massif of Pobeda Peak, which is located on the neighboring ridge Pakshaltau on the territory of Kyrgyzstan, turned out to be higher at 7,439 meters. In summer, a lot of climbers make their camps here, but only a few of them will venture to do winter climbing in the rugged mountains of Tian Shan. The central Tian Shan is a natural boundary between the hot air of the Taklakmakan Desert and the cold northern air coming from the Arctic zone. That is why frequent rains complicate climbing at heights above 7,000 meters. The first international mountain festival, Han Tengri 2000, attracted a large number of climbers and journalists. It was a real holiday, and hot tea, cold beer, and all the gifts of summer waited for the climbers at base camp. In the evenings, people from all corners of the earth sat in the main cabin and sang songs about mountains and love. This area is also famous for another challenge to the professional climber, the Marble Wall. This mountain, with a height of 6,400 meters, is named for 400 meters of sheer wall made of striped marble. From the early ages, it was common knowledge that those people living at the breaks at the foot of the mountains are very talented. They know what the feathergrass on the steppe moans about, can discern the moods of the winds, and understand the babbling streams and the thunder of waterfalls which are common in Zailisky Alatau and can be found in almost every gorge. In summer, these splash the slopes of the mountains, causing a lot of noise. Sometimes, drops of water quiver on flower petals and stalks of grass, twinkle like rainbows in the bright south sun. Brooks turn into rivulets and flow into the raging mountain streams. By autumn, they become turbid because of rainfalls and landslides, and in winter, again become perfectly pure and limpid. The water in such rivers does not know any rest. All the year round it is turning around the boulders shaped through the centuries, and in winter the frost can sculpture astonishing figures, stopping the mist on its way to eternity. In winter the frozen waterfalls look magnificent, and climbers try out rock climbing techniques, breaking ice castles in a clinking silence. The mountain lakes doze, covered with ice, but at depth life is always in motion. Only fir trees, getting used to seeing their reflection in the lake in the summer, feel sad and resignedly turn their branches toward the tender snowflakes. In summer, at a height of 2,000 meters, the forest is adorned with white birches, red clusters of mountain ash, dark blueberries, and orange dogrose. The great Tinshan spruce tree, Srinka, grows for centuries. It fills the air with the curative scent of conifers, and every spring people plant tiny firs to make this heavenly smell of purity and freedom last forever. The tree zone is over at a height of 2,800 meters. Junipers can be seen climbing the slopes at the boundary between the spruce trees and the alpine meadows. It is said that evil spirits will leave your dwelling if you place a sprig of juniper in your home. Above 2,800 meters you will find only rocks and flowers on short stalks. They are so tender and yet so strong, and can fascinate the traveler with their simple beauty. They are able to withstand the violent winds and heavy drops of rain. It is getting dark, and now the time has come to return to the city, where the lights will soon be on and the nightlife begins. In Almaty, summer lasts for 6 months. Most people prefer the cool evening time. They sit at little tables in cafes and go for walks to the green parks and squares, where the aroma of roses becomes more intense after sunset. Passions are running high in the casinos and bowling centers. The roads leading to the foothills become busy, because the foothills are the most pleasant places to spend time in a bar or restaurant under the starry sky. And hospitable owners offer their visitors diverse dishes: Kazakh, European, Uyghur, Korean, Turkish, Armenian, Azerbaijan, enough to suit the taste of the most exacting gourmet. The geographical location of Almaty is unique. It is one of the very few cities in the world to be situated in the foothills of majestic mountains, and there are a lot of opportunities for tourism, climbing, mountain skiing, and auto tours. The Eurasian resort capital will be glad to see you at any time of the year, and you can watch the sunrise above the mountains and listen to the tireless birds hurrying to welcome the sun and everything around with cheerful songs.